Good morning and welcome to Moama Bowls Club BVTV game day. We are here for the Moama Prestige Pairs. We're into round one. Apologies for the slightly late start. Just had a couple of technical issues to iron out. But we have a bit of an international matchup here. The Breen brothers from New Zealand, John and Steve, against some local players, Darren, Burgess and Aaron Tonkins from Bendigo East. So it looks like it was just the one to the boys from New Zealand to kick us off. So this pairs event here at Moama. Who's Who of Bowls is here. Brad Orr next door. I can see him smiling at me. Looks about as enthused as anyone to be here. I can see Ryan Bester, Aaron Sheriff, Sean Ingram, Jared Davies, Gussie McIsaac, all across this undercover green here at Moama. We've just had a few amazing days of bowls, the VBL across the weekend, and also the women's pairs, the finale of that on Friday as well. Good to see some superstars in Kelsey Cottrell and Chloe Stewart, as well as some local talent in Trish Dool and Taylor Marin and Cass Millerick, Julie Keegan as well. So looking forward to a few more days of similar type bowls. So the format for this is walk-in pairs, or whatever you want to call it, 2-2-2-2. Darren Burgess here playing his second, and then they'll have a walk down and swap over. Kind of traditional pairs, whatever you want to call it. And John Breen has dialed in early and corrected real well early. Darren Burgess with a cracking reply here. That's a terrific second shot. Sort of mentioned on Friday that you can have a tendency in this format of pairs to try and get the shot early rather than build the head, and you can drop numbers pretty easy if you take that approach. The Breen brothers from the Stokes Valley Bowling Club in New Zealand. I must admit, I have no idea where that is, so I'm going to get on Google. If anyone in the comments can beat me to it. Morning, Adam. Enjoy your holidays, mate. I'm on leave from Thursday, so I am pumped for that. So we've got a full field here. Moama, 48 teams. We have some crackers coming here this morning. I think our next game after this is Brad Orr. I don't know who he's playing with. I can't quite see because he's behind a pole. Against Brad Marin. So a couple of local Victorians. Brad Marin's playing with Thor Shannon. We saw a bit of on the live stream yesterday. Steve Breen here is good as his brother is. It's a sensational ball by him. Plays it on a dime. Morning, Fiona. Hope you're keeping well. Yeah, we are lucky. Moama are our partners in our streaming, so we're thrilled to be up here and covering their major event. But they do a terrific amount of work for us, the guys at Moama, Stewie and Kev. Both of them are playing today, so if you're locking yourself in for a few days of streaming, you'll get Stewie at some point, because we've made an agreement that I'm going to actually throw some bowls down at some point in these couple of days. So he's going to play 4 of the 7 games, and I'll sub in for the last 3. He'll jump in the commentary booth. Yeah, back to your old teammates, Trapper. Hope you're keeping well, mate. Bendigo East, a fantastic club as well, where the Tonks and Darren are playing. So we host our state championships in Victoria. Sounds like there's some interesting developments to be had down there in the next few years. So looking forward to seeing how Bendigo East moves forward as a bowls club. All right. Darren Burgess is going to want to try and give his white one a friend. Yeah, great shout out to local girls Sarah Ashby and Leisha Rooney. Darren here splits it open. That jack's going to go out of bounds, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it's going to just stay in, just inside the peg. Sorry, we've moved our commentary booth today, so it's around the corner. Commentating off a screen a bit. Yeah, Sarah Ashby coming runners up to Kelsey Cottrell and Chloe Stewart in that women's pairs. Terrific event, terrific effort to take 7 out of 8 games. I think that's exceptional consistency. So you can see John drawing another shot in there. There's no touches or anything in the ditch. So I'm pretty sure they're holding to the Kiwi boys. But Darren Burgess, can he hang on here? Can he hang on? Yes, he can. Sensational bowl. Top bowl, and he cracked the head open. And then he's drawn to the plinth. It was actually a 2 the first end to the Kiwi lad, so let's fix my scoreboard up. I can see a few rinks over as well. Talking to Ryan Bester earlier. What an opportunity this is. The young Cam Keenan, he's leading for him. Nick Cahill's flight was cancelled. He was due to play Ryan Bester, and he's unable to get here for this event. So they've made a bit of a reshuffle, and Cam Keenan is now leading this event. That's a terrific effort by Steve there. Try and knock him in. So one of our young talents, Cam Keenan in Victoria, gets a chance to lead for a world superstar for 3 days. Be a great experience for him. All right, the guys from Bendigo East holding one here. See what Tonks can do. Looks a little quick for me, so a slight, no, short, sorry, not quick. Tired, my first coffee of the day. In a big few days with the VBL. I think I've got the scoreboard under control today though, so that's a tick. I'm going to try and run that bowl in of Darren Burgess now. He's Steve. He's narrower. Darren gets in the way. Ooh. Nearly made it work by hook or crook. They're right on the edge of the rink here, so doesn't have a lot of give on the ditch rink here at Moama. The journey here. Just be the one to the Burgess and Tonkins pair. Yeah, great field here, as mentioned. So we'll look forward to seeing some superstars of our sport the next few days. Try and get some superstars in the commentary booth at some point as well. We'll try and get Cass Millerick. I can see her floating around. She's on the radar to come in and say a few words. It'd be great to get her experience of playing in the inaugural VBL and in that Victorian Storm ladies side. Brad Hill's partner next door has finally turned up for the day. Mr. Luke Hoskin. He's probably got the shortest journey here of anyone, just up the road from Bendigo, and he's managed to roll in, what are we, 17 minutes late. And now he's got to put his socks on. Yeah, Rowdy, I'm up here by myself, mate. Mel is still behind me. She'll be heading home around lunch. Andrew and Tony will be heading home at some point today. I was due to be with Stewie from Moama for a few days, but they've had a few late injuries and births of children and cancelled flights, so he's jumping into play. So you've just got me this morning for a bit. Just hoping I stay awake for the 2 hours. I'm pretty tired. Now, 2.5 hour time limit in this first game, so should comfortably get the 15 ends in. The guy leading next door against Luke Hoskin, who's literally just got out of bed by the looks of it. Has just tied one on the jack, so his morning's just got tougher straight away. Right, what's Tonks got here? See the arc on this bowl of Tonks here. Cracking effort. Yeah, Tonks, superb stuff. Draws a shot. Steve brings his brother's bowl forward. Looks to be a couple holding for the boys from Bendigo East. Very low delivery here by Darren. Gets real close to the ground and sort of holds it. Just a bit wide on that one. John's going to go pretty close here. Catch the inside of that white. Oh, exceptionally unlucky there through the gap. Yeah, good coverage by Darren there. Gets one behind. Couldn't do it again, could he? Goes through the gaps the other side of the bowls now. Still 2 to the Bendigo East boys here. John getting a bit unlucky. Yeah, good shot by Tonks, and he even narrows the target as well for a bit of a bonus for the Bendigo East boys. So a bit of work to do for the boys from the Stokes Valley in New Zealand here. Couple down. Three down. Yeah, you can see what his brother's asking his bowl to do. Needs to be a bit narrower than that. Darren sort of saying to Tonks, if you can come inside out, get inside of that orange. That's what he'll be aiming for. It's handy bowler, Tonks. Done it all. The greenkeeper at Bendigo East and produces some magnificent greens there. These guys will be glad they jagged the undercover synthetic draw today. I think the way that Kev has the draw is they'll play all their games on the synthetic today and all the games on the grass tomorrow. This side of the draw just under by Tonks. And then the guys on the grass will do the opposite. But for those who joined us for the VBL the last few days, the weather's been pretty ordinary. A lot of rain, so them grass greens will be very wet and slow. But we've got beaming sunshine today. As Steve's under, but picks out the back one, so it'll be a couple to the boys from Bendigo East. So yeah, hopefully them grass greens dry out and be a bit nicer to play on. She haven't had a walk down there yet, but I imagine they'll be fairly slow. Right, found his weight pretty well so far as Darren. Let's see how he goes here. He's going to want to run this one out. Yeah, handy start. Oh, John Brain just didn't adjust. Bit of a rake with his first. His line's tracking pretty well here. He can catch the inside of this white. Just get inside it, he does. Yeah, good correction. Gets to the tee and probably grabs the shot there. So I see some hoodies coming off in the sun at the back. Must be warming up out there. Must admit, it's nice to not be freezing cold sitting here in the commentary. Tonk's just a bit short and offline, so chance for the Kiwis here to drop another one in. Steve giving it a stalk down the green. Slightly wider than his brother's bowl. He's going to tip Darren Burgess across, but no change of who has the shot there. Sort of 2 feet required from Tonks out. A smidge of line. Yeah. Might have the 2 feet, but doesn't have that smidge of line. You can get to the jack here. Wants all of it. Yeah, good stuff by Steve. He changes the head up, which is always a good thing to do, especially when you can change it first when you're only sitting with one shot and open to losing it. He's changed it up, made it very difficult or harder for the boys from Bendigo East. They can probably still get between them 2 whites at the front on the forehand, or try the wider draw on the backhand around their own bowls at the front there. 2 blue and turquoise ones of Tonks. He's going to stick on the forehand, he's Darren Burgess. He's going to try and find that gap between his 2 white bowls on the left of the head as we look at it. I feel that's wide out the hand. Just travelling a bit as well. Morning, Casper. Hope you're well, buddy. And Steph, I don't know where T-Bone is. I don't think he's playing any. I haven't seen him. I haven't heard him either, so you normally hear T-Bone before you see him anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Must not be playing any. Can be hard, these midweek, these weekday tournaments. Try and get time off work, all that sort of stuff. Have to pick and choose what you can do. There's a few down here, he's Tonk, so got some work to do. He's going that wider hand. His track's okay if you can skirt the orange. You want to start pulling up now. Great effort by Tonks. Probably cuts it back to 1 now, I think. Yep. Yeah, John Breen there just signalling they're only holding 1 now. So it's a great start by Tonks. He's got 1 more bowl left to play, so he can try and improve again and grab shot, but great start. Steve Breen finds a way through. It's a sensational bowl. I know that headache trapper. Trying to pay for a wedding. He's moved from South Bendigo to Golden Square this year. It's a bit of a bedrock of talent, is Bendigo. Some terrific bowlers, some great bowls clubs as well. Definitely good greens. Of course, Moama, where we're playing today, as Tonks runs into his own and then into John Breen's and probably brings that in for a third shot for the Kiwi boys now. Of course, Moama, where we are today, they play in the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields Premier League. It's probably more of a Bendigo Campaspe. That might be 4. That is 4. Good stuff by Steve Breen there. He's played two cracking bowls, and his brother played a few good ones before him as well. So it'll be a good comp this year, that Bendigo Premier League. Moama have recruited exceptionally well. Young Cam Keenan's moved up from Kangaroo Flat. Olivia Cartwright also. She played in the VBL yesterday. Moved up from Hilltop. Alex Marshall joining Moama for pennant this year as well, which, what an opportunity that is for those playing in that comp to come up against him. Golden Square doing some good stuff as well. Brad Marin, Big G, Graham Edwards, he's pulled over there. Bendigo getting Luke Hoskin from South Bendigo over as well. South Bendigo picking a couple up from Tally Garupna in Maddie Robinson and Liam Crapper as well. So heaps of movement in that league this year, and interesting to see how the cards fall and who ends up #1 team. I'll tip Moama. But after this weekend, I wouldn't listen to my tips. So pretty average. Yeah, shot by Darren. Draws inside his own, so holding definitely 1, possibly 2 there for the Leeds bowls. This 2 walk pairs, whatever you want to call it. 2-2, 2-2. Traditional pairs. Steve, can he flop over? His bowl kind of wants to fall against the bias there, but he's pretty close to grabbing shot. He's starting to have a bit of an effect he is now. Playing some big bowls last couple of ends. Tonk says, thanks for leaving me the ledge there. I'll just draw off it and grab the shot. Yeah, well, there you go, Trapper. 30 to 40 players moving. And Morong in the comp as well. So no buy this year then, Trapper, which is good. Yeah, it should be interesting to watch. We'll try and get up here for a stream. See, Moama are our partners on our live streaming, so Tonks has gone wayward with his line here. So we'll try and get up for a Moama game at some stage. We had one lined up against South Bendigo last year, but I think COVID went through both sides in the end. So we didn't get up here to stream that, but then you get a couple of double headers on Sundays and stuff, and you move some games to Friday nights. Try and squeeze you in. Be releasing our Premier League schedule for streaming this year for Metro Pennant as well pretty soon, the next couple of weeks. Once I've had 5 minutes to relax from the week up here. Yeah, shot by Darren. Starting to build a pretty good head here, the Bendigo East guys. Interesting to see if we see any aggression to sort of clear any out. Yeah, that's the indication from Steve to his brother John. Have a dig, mate. He didn't manage to do what probably wanted to do there. So I thought his indication was to play with a bit more weight, but he was more on the draw. Oh, Darren. Here he goes. He's possibly made a 5 here. Terrific bowl that was. I must admit, I haven't seen much of Darren playing before, so I know of Tonks' ability, but the cracking in that is by Darren Burgess. Sees 4 white bowls. He's probably holding 4 of the 5 shots for Bendigo East. So Steve Breen with some work to do here. And he's having a bit of a run at it, but he's wide. So Tonks can add some pain here. He's probably, you can see Darren trying to work out where can it go wrong for us. I think he's wants him towards the back. That's what he'll try and do. There you go, JT's obviously listening at home. He said Darren Burgess is a gun. Yeah, that end, he's showcasing some of his talents. Casper, yeah, there's a few players from the VBL here. Cam Keenan, I can see over there. Obviously mentioned him playing Ryan Bester earlier. Brad Marin, Brad Orr, Thor Shannon, Kevy Anderson. Nelson Ball. Your oval foot's great. Steve goes again out. He needs a better result. He's narrow, but I would say close your eyes. That'll be Tonks's. Oh, probably takes 2 out the head, so it's only 3 to the Beastie Boys now. Tonks with an opportunity drawing a 4, but I don't think he's gonna. 3. As we hit the third final end of the first third of this game. 6 apiece. Yeah, Darren Burgess starting to dial in a bit here. But John, he's going to grab that jack, superb leading. Cracking bowl there. from Tonks here. He will just drop into the pit as well. A bit of a wasted bowl. I am Pat. We are much smarter today. We've moved our commentary desk under the into the area just to the side of the greens here at Moama, and we are under the heater. I don't know why it has taken us this long to realise we can do this at Moama, but I feel a lot better about life today because it's not that cold either, to be honest. I think it actually came about, to be honest, Pat. We were having, it was obviously cold yesterday, and Darren's just going to miss here, I think. Yep. And there's a little social bowls office just at the end of the rink that we're on here at Moama. I sort of said, why don't we go in there? And then we had a bit of a discussion, and we have on this commentary desk, there's a stack of equipment, but we have a screen which is the live view. So I have an iPad running underneath that which has Facebook, so I can see all the comments, and Facebook's probably on like about an 8-second delay, maybe 10-second from what the live screen we've got is. And we lost a bit of vision in the live screen yesterday, a few technical issues, but didn't affect the stream, but it affects what we do. And I sort of realised then that I'm not actually watching the game, I'm watching the live screen. So then that started the discussion around, well, why can't we just commentate off a screen from wherever? And amazing technician Brad has got here early this morning and hooked it up so we can sit under the heaters and commentate from there. So I'm still on the side of the green. I'm only 10 feet away from the rink, but just that realisation that it's a lot easier to commentate off the live screen because you can see the arc of the bowls. You can see as soon as it comes out the hand if it's any good, what's happening with it. So yeah, that might be a game changer for future streaming. JT's trying to get into me about being a bit soft and moving under the heaters, but let's see him out here, braving it, working hard. It's Tonks, he's going to go close. Tonks, what a bowl, stays with it as well, so we'll grab shot. That head was building quite quickly against him there, so that was a big, big bowl by Tonks there. But once they've set up for lunch, Pat, I'm going to try and get Cass to come on and commentate with me for a bit. She's floating around. She works here at Moama, so just getting everything organised, and then we'll get her in for some words of wisdom. Tonks doesn't want to move that jack. Oh, two absolute rippers by him. He turned that from a pretty bad situation to 2 up. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeff. He's done it all, Aaron Tonkins. Displaying some of his talents in this end for sure. Steve's going to miss here, so it'll be a couple. Boys from Bendigo East. A nudge back in front. Bit of a seesaw, this one. It's always hard, first game of a 3-day tournament. You've got 8 games to play. It's mentally hard to get started. You don't want to go use all your energy early because you've got a few big days ahead of you. But you've got to make sure you win the first one, otherwise you're up against it already. So our next game after this will be a cracker, which will kick off, let's look at the conditions of play, around about midday. We'll have Luke Hoskin leading for Brad Orr, and they'll be going up against Thor Shannon leading for Brad Barron. So great display of Victorian talent in that rink. Luke Hoskin is a fantastic player. I've seen him on the live streaming state pennant and stuff before. Another boy from Bendigo. Russ, in terms of the draw and scores, not at this stage, no. What I think Kevy does is he puts it all into a spreadsheet and posts it on the Moama pages. So if you go on a Facebook, their page is called The Greens at Moama. And he usually at the end of the day will post the results on there. What I'll do though is in between games 1 and 2, I'll get him to print out the results so I can read out some results from these first round of games during our second round and let you know who's up and in front. The interesting one this morning though is John Breen goes close here. He's Ryan Bester, who's playing with Cam Keenan, as I mentioned earlier. So there'd be Ryan Bester obviously coming down here to try and win this. He's actually going up against Aaron Sheriff and Sean Ingram from Broadbeach. So it's going to mean one of the real big teams will have a loss first up or a draw. So they'll shuffle the pack a bit. Our third game today, the only player I remember was Blake Nairn. I'm not unsure who he's playing with, and I'm unsure who he's playing against in the last game, but I'll find out pretty soon. So, some cracking games today. Tonks goes very close. See what he was trying to do. Gets that jack first, just tuck it behind the white bowler Darren Burgess. Cracking weight by Steve there, just wanted to be a bit more inside, but gives himself something to work with for his next one. Yeah, good shot by Tonks. So yeah, the draw's stacked there. I've seen the who's who of bowls from all around. See Kevy Anderson's playing it. I've seen Gary Kelly, Corey Wedlock, Ben Twist, Dave Ferguson. Try and get some of them on the stream. As Steve picks Darren's off, gets back to the jack, grabs the shot. So now Darren with some work to do. They've sort of held as we enter what you call the back end phase of this 2-2-2 pairs. He's close. Ah, great ball by Darren. Gets it off Steve Breen's ball to the jack. Hold shot. John's going to pump his brother's ball forward. It's close to shot there. Darren. Well, it's definitely one to him now. Tickles the jack back towards where his own, towards his own. Great ball. All right, so Tonks will try and get here first. It's open. So a good draw ball here. So I want to make sure he's the first to do that. Steve just on a narrow line, but if he gets up flush, probably just not enough to push it through. Tonks almost getting to it via the back door. Oh, Steve gone out. Close. Gets the edge of his brothers. Walks past into the pit. I think it's the Bendigo boys, but see what happens with this measure. There's one of the boys from New Zealand. It's at 8-7. Keeps this one close. Camera angle's working against me there. Eight 7 after 7 in this one. 15 end game. 2.5 hour time limit. So kicked off on the nose at 9 AM. So we'll go through to 11:30 for this one. Where are we at now? We're at 10 AM. Yeah, great start by Johnny Breen here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So if anyone knows these brothers, I'm pronouncing it wrong, please fix me up. I do have a tendency to butcher pronunciation with my Queen's English. But I'm also relying on Kevy Anderson. He told me it was Breen, so if I'm wrong, it's his fault. What a great head this is. Darren Burgess jumping in. Thanks, Ingrid. So Brian. Brian? Spelt Breen, but pronounced Brian. I should have asked them, really. But then with their Kiwi accents, I probably couldn't understand the way that they were saying it either. I'm not surprised Kevy's stitching me up. He's that known for that. He's also, to be honest, it also could be Kevy's accent and his big, thick Scottish accent. He's trying to say Brian, but he's saying Breen. As Steve goes close. Tonkins. Some work to do to add in here. Can he get the right side? He does. Great stuff. Has a bit of a blinking light on it, this though, for the Bendigo East boys. It's a big 3-bowl target. So opportunities for John to change it up here. He goes with weight. He's a bit wayward with that one, though. Go again. Oh, John. Is he better this time? Let's have a look. Yes, he was better. He gets the shot by hook or crook there. Oh, Steve knocking his brother's John's over. So his head's drastically changed in the last 3 bowls. It's looking pretty good for Bendigo. They had 3 surrounding the jack, but it's all changed. Now Tonks with some work to do. Probably going to go forehand, use his own. Just punch the jack back to the white Darren Burgess's, or be slightly narrow, catch the inside oranges of John's. That's what he's going to do. Needs to hold a bit here. Needs to hold a bit. Gets 1 orange through the other and out of the head. Good shot by Tonks there. Might have made 2. Couldn't quite see the signal. Nothing happening, Steve. So if Tonks flips over onto his backhand here and tries to land on that orange, he'll make 4 for Bendigo East. That's what he's going to try and do. Just draw onto the orange on the backhand. Probably sit it down. He'll bring in some more shots, and he's called it too wide out his hand, and yeah, he's right. Big 2. The boys from Bendigo creep into the second half of this game. Pretty close affair. Probably just building the slightly better heads, Darren and Tonks. And then I would also say they're converting slightly better as well. I'm just going to mute myself for a quick second, go and get a glass of water, so just bear with me. Apologies for that. Just need to get some water. Back now. Pretty loose head. Just caught Darren talking to Jay Barnaris on the side as I was getting my bottle of water. Pretty sure he said his bowls are only a week old. He's got him dialed in pretty early. Right. What's Tonk's got here? No one really on the jack. Just drifts through. Forehand for Steve. Just needs to navigate the front white one of Darren's. Should get some turn from there. Just slightly quick, I think. This is probably the loosest end we've had all game. Some pretty good bowls so far. Tox chases this one down. Try and remind Darren to get out of the way. Yeah, similar bowl to his first. Tad wide, tad heavy. Steve was a bit quick with his first. Let's see if he can correct. To navigate his way around this white bowl, and he looks pretty good. He's going to get round it, and he's going to draw pretty close to the jack. Good stuff by Steve. It's a high five from his brother. Yeah, they are a week old. There you go. It's a good effort. To feel sorry for me though. I reckon I'm throwing some bowls down on tomorrow and Wednesday here, and I don't think I've picked a bowl up since March. And I don't have my bowls with me, so I'll be using someone else's. Darren trying to come inside out on that last bowler. Steves gets it. Great bowl. Good stuff. There's John gone here. Just missing, just under. Good effort. More confidence than me, Taylor. Although I put 2 bowls down in between games at the VBL, and they came out pretty good, so who knows. Just going to want this to turn as much as it can. I don't know. Terry, it's a sample size being 2. Give me 100 bowls. I don't think I'll be on the 100% mark. Has he gone here? Oh. 2 ripping efforts. Just no cigar. Yeah, good stuff by Tonks. Reckon he's added to the count there. It's a round of applause from Darren. Of course, we're gearing up for pennant season here in Victoria. Everyone's starting to get back out on the greens, get the practice matches in. Kicks off all around the state in the next few weeks. Everyone's slightly different, but probably by the next 4 weeks or so, we'll all be up and running. Good to see. Morning, Catherine. Hope you're keeping well. So we're halfway through the time limit here. Had an hour 15, got another hour 15 to go. Steve gets to the jack, but just kicks it back to Tonks' bowl. Might still be holding 2 here. Tonks' other one might be in. Camera angle's hard to read on it. Definitely one. Don't have the luxury of paddlers on the side of the green here today either. Oh, Tonks is up and about after this one. See how he's gone. Needs to hurry that line. It's a bit short. So John saying his brother, you can get the jack back there, we'll make a couple. Wouldn't be surprised to see him run at this on the forehand. Try and clip the ball out. If he gets it flush, he'll probably kill the end. Dead ends are just replayed on this, and he's having a search on that forehand. He's not doing anything on that line and weight though. So let's see if it's 1 or 2. Probably measure. The players are giving me no indication, so amazing. Thanks, lads. I'll try and get hold of one of them as they cross over, or update the scoreboard. Pretty sure it was 2, but I'll put it on the scoreboard once I know for sure. Darren whacks the jack in the ditch. Of course, we're back to jack rolling this. We had no jack rolling a VBL the weekend. It's good for a commentator. There's no dead space. It's not just waiting for the jack to stop. Straight in the next end. Action aplenty. Start by Darren. Straight on it. Yeah, opportunity to start off amazingly on this one, Darren. As John drops short, see if he can double up. He can. Good lead bowling. Good stuff. It was just a 1 to the Bendigo East boys then. That last end. 11-7 after 9. This plus 5 more ends to go. And a far better day here at Moama Bowling Club in terms of weather. Sun's out, no hoodies on the grass greens. They're enjoying the sun. Those who've been here across the weekend for the VBL will be extremely jealous. Tonks adds another in. Building the head nicely here. These two boys from Bendigo. Steve's narrow at the hand for me here. Just starting to battle a bit. Boys from New Zealand. Tonks can get to this jack and tuck it behind the whites of Darren's. They're going to be in a world of pain. Tonks likes it. He's not going to quite get what he wants, but he's going to go to a real good home. He's definitely trying to get to that jack. Morning, Greg. Kev's got a spreadsheet where he puts all the results. Kev's playing in this comp as well, as Steve just drifts through. So I imagine he'll fill the spreadsheet in after this first game. He'll post it on their Facebook page. So if you go to the Greens at Moama, he'll be on there. I'm pretty sure he's only posting the end of the day, but I'll have a chat with him. But what I will do is I'll get a printout of all the scores from round 1, and I'll go through them in the commentary for the round 2 game. So 48 teams here. Obviously 24 games happening at this moment in time. All 4 greens but in use here at Moama. So I'll keep you updated as best as I can. I'm a bit of a one-man show here though, so try and do what I can. There's Darren Burgess gets the jack. Probably not exactly how he would have wanted to get the jack. Still a pretty good looking end so far for the boys from Bendigo East. I wonder if Darren will switch over and try and bring one of his whites in on the backhand now. Be interesting to see his choices here. You could just draw clean on the forehand, or yeah, come that backhand, look for nudge one of his whites in. That's what he's going to do. Tonks sort of agreeing with what I could sort of see in that head. Just walk one in. Plays good weight. How's he gone? Oh, he's pretty close. All on his weight now. All on his weight. Oh, he's played that superbly. Probably gets unlucky. It walked away from the jack, but he's got it in the count. And, John's going to need to get a ball close out. Got to scoot the orange. He does. Crashes into the whites of Darren. That'll probably force Tonks back onto the forehand now, I imagine. Just try and draw another close to his blue and turquoise ball that's slightly to the left of the jack as we look at it. He went the backhand. He's drawn right to the back of the rink. Nudged in, well, one of John's bowls. So I don't know if it's a tactic. It's probably a few. It's probably 2 down, 3 down if the jack went clean in the pit. So maybe he was looking for a bit of protection. But we haven't really seen massive aggression from these Kiwi boys. So has probably demonstrated there where he's down and drawn short. Pretty hard to get the jack clean, but you'd imagine you'd be more aggressive there. Try and change some of that. Get a few short bowls, maybe accidentally bring one of them in. If they do drop a couple here, it's starting to slip away from John and Steve, so they've got to make something happen. Tonks just wanted the extra 4 feet of weight there. Big bowl by Steve. Needs to get hold of the jack. He does. Gets unfortunate that it goes to the bowls of Aaron and Darren's. And they're going to have a bit of a dance around his head and stick a measure on it. 2. Just a 2 from the boys from Bendigo East. Strung a few ends together now. So we're into the final third of this game and they lead 13-7. So 6 shots in 5 ends. The Kiwis need to claw back here if they're to avoid defeat in game 1 of what is 8 games in this Prestige Pairs. Very difficult in a field like this to win 8 games, so probably not fully out of it if they do lose, but with work to do. It's Darren for the 2nd time in a few ends. Pumps the jack roll into the ditch. He's smiling about it, so. Oh, and John does the same. So jack will go on the tee. Just move the mat back slightly. Struggling with a jack roll, but he's getting his bowls pretty close, Darren. Goes all right there. Handy lead bowl. Gives him options just behind that jack. Oh, correction by Darren, right on it there. It's a ripper. He knew it as well. Comes stalking it. Watched his handiwork. Yeah, he's battling Jeff with that jack roll. He's laughing about it though, so he's not beating himself up, which is good. He's got his new bowls dialed in pretty well. And Tonks 13-7 up, 5 to play. Tonks looks to be adding a friend here. Yeah, top bowling by him. Turning the screw, these guys here. Picked up 5 in the last 3 ends, but they've won 5 of the last 6 ends. Tonks, I think, likes this one as well. He's trying to get inside that orange bowler, Johns. He's just going to drift around it. Good effort. And again, Steve needs to find a bowl earlier. Narrow. Terrific weight by Darren, just missing his line. As it has been for the last few ends, they need to do something in this back end of this end, and John's missed his line again. Trying to land something you can see with that weight. Darren just doing the same as his last bowl, just good weight but narrow. Well, still 2 to Bendigo with the skips bowls to come. Bendigo East. Tonks is urging it to get down to that orange. Probably bring a few in if he gets it right out. He's almost identical to his second bowl in this end. Just missing. Clear is trying to land that orange bowl of John's. Steve needs to find a bowl here, otherwise they're facing a real uphill battle. He's close to getting Tonks'. Gets a nudge on it. Probably cuts that back down to 1. Doesn't really change Tonks' shot though. He'll just, instead of trying to sit the orange, he'll try and sit that last bowl of Steve's to make 3. Possibly bringing the white to Darren's on the side, but hard to see at the angle I'm at. He's just missed a couple of times in a row. It's Tonk, so see if we can find that correction. Darren's plunked himself right in front of it, so apologies for that. But I reckon he just missed again. Steve's under. Crashes in. Just be the one. Bendigo East boys, and I'll give him a shout on the way past to stay out of the way. I'd say when he comes off and checks his phone, Darren, he's going to have a few messages from a few getting stuck into him about his jack rolling. He's having a battle. The good thing for him, though, is at least these bowls are coming out all right. I'm not going to bully him too much because I struggle sometimes with jack rolling. It can get in your head as well. You miss one, you put one in the pit, and all of a sudden that's all you're thinking about. They do move different on this synthetic surface to what he would be used to at Bendigo East as well. So, yeah, get stuck into him anyway. He's made the difference, I reckon, Darren. He's setting them up exceptionally well with his two first lead bowls, and then Tonks is able to just add and move Jack slightly and sort of wider in front in this game. Tonks straight on it. Good stuff. Well, these two. Wonder if Steve will have a little run at this. Because you're a nice bloke, Casper. Others have got less sympathy for him. It's all done in good fun, though. It's Tonks trying to just do what he did before. It's a pretty good head set up for him and Darren here. Doesn't want to give too wide, so if he can turn as much as he can, that's sensational. Good stuff. It's almost 4 perfect bowls from Bendigo's pairing. And he does go with weight this time, Steve. He might hold on here. Gets the jack, goes with it as well. Sits on top of it in the ditch. He's turned that from 4 down to 3 up. Great hit. I thought he was slightly narrow, but it just held up. Terrific stuff. Let's see. Tonk's marking it all out now. So the jack is the white marker. His touch and bowl in the ditch is the red. You got the orange of John's hanging over the plinth, and also that blue bowl of Steve's in the count. So he's 7-shot turnaround. He was 4 down before he lined up for that. And he's now holding 3. And he's probably guaranteed at least 1 in this end. Darren's going to drop in. John wants this to hurry as much as he can. Yeah, probably adds another. I don't know if they win the measure at the ditch as well for a 5th, but I can't imagine that'll still be in the count come the end of this end. Always hard to call a measure out and over the ditch. So this is an opportunity for the 2 brothers to get back in to this game. They can pick up a multiple. Darren trying to clear this one. Yeah, good bowl. Oh, Tonk's going to get. Oh, got a clear on there. Missed that last bowl of John's. Having a little look at what touches they've got. So yeah, I think Darren's asking Tonks to play through one of the touches that they have. Try and knock it in the ditch. See how he goes with that. Trying. They like it. That's the toucher, I think. Knocks it into the ditch. He's probably got second shot with that. It's real hard to tell, actually, because so it's just inside the number. So it'd be pretty close to having got shot. And you've obviously got that bowl of John's orange hanging over the ditch. No, he's definitely down because Darren's already passing the mat over. Interesting to see if it's one or two. Good end though, fun end. See the white in the ditch. He played in a Darren's. Can't quite. I can never tell over the lip who's counting. Steve going into the pit. Two. Was two. As Tonks gives me the signal. Thanks, mate. So comeback trial starts for the Kiwi boys. .45 minutes left in this one. Four ends, whatever comes first, you'd imagine we'll get the game completed. Hang on here, Darren. Just hang his head. Yeah, good start. Good reply after John led a good one. Be relieved he didn't have to roll the jack this end, Darren. Yeah, two. Good set. Overcooked that one a bit. Steve. Tonks coming on the forehand. See what he can do. They tend to have preferred the backhand going this way. But they seem to both be playing pretty true. No real gremlins in the green. Tonks is probably a foot short there, but runs into Darren's bowl. definitely wider, Tonks. So if he's put that extra foot in, he'll be real good. Nudges his own forward in for shot. Sort of the, if he's in there or thereabouts, gets a good result. They'll hold one now. We just need to win 2 of these last 4 ends to take the win. Buzz, I've kept off it, mate. I don't want to stitch myself up. Oh, damn. It's bowl coming forward. We've been hard at work, mate, so no time for socialising in the bar. I've got 2 assignments due at the end of next week for uni, so I don't have a lot of spare time at the moment, pal. You fancy an horse drive up to Moama, you can go and jump in the commentary booth, mate. Right, this is sort of becoming danger for John and Steve. The 5 down, 4 to play, 2 down at the head here. Needs something to happen, and John's going to run into Steve's. Bish, bash, bosh. Promotes that bowl. Tonks reckons they've still got 1. Judging by signal to Darren. They're going for cover. Sort of say, get back there. That's where Jack's going to go. Darren's coming up for a bit of a look. Certainly do that, Buzz. Right, so Aaron reckoned they were holding 1. And to be honest, it's... I think the shot is backhand onto their own bowl here. And they'll remove the white bowl of Darren's, which I think is shot. And then hopefully nothing else happens. If you're Steve and John. He's a bit wide with this. Yeah, just another one behind for Tonks. Yeah, they'd be thinking the Jack will slightly spill over, so anything there is good. Steve likes this. Got to get inside the orange of his brothers. Oh, he nearly pushes it in. So this will be interesting to see what Tonks does, because he'll have to be very confident that they're holding one, and he might not play his last bowl. It's fraught with danger, or he'll be positive and try and spill the jack to where his last bowl went. Bit of risk reward. So we've just got a work him out and missed what happened there. I'm going to say it was one, so apologies. Trying to do too many things at once here. Darren keeps the jack on this time for those critiquing his jack rolling at home. It's probably his first in 4 he's kept on the green. It's only uphill from here for him.
It's not too bad. Yeah, 13, yeah. Not pulling your arm out. Yeah.
A few games starting to finish. Oh no. Gary Ball gave me a thumbs up and said he won, and Michael Wilkes followed him down and gave me a thumbs down and said he lost. So they've just come off the grass greens. They reckon it's about 13, so not too bad. We had a dump of rain over the weekend here at Moama, so I was a bit concerned it was going to be very spongy and slow at the back, but considering the rain we had, 13 seconds is okay. They were actually concerned at one point last night they weren't going to be able to play on the grass greens. Luckily the sun's come out, dried it all up a bit. Tonk's got I think he's pretty close. Just cooking a bit, just drifting past the jack. Can't say, to be honest. Taylor, he's on the green behind. I can see a 13-7 on the scoreboard behind him, but I got no idea which way. Sorry. Got one game finished so far on this green, which is the best of East Sheriff one. Don't know who won that, but Tonks goes good here. So I'll get a print out of all the scores at the end of the first round, and when we're doing the second round commentary, I'll try and go through them and let you know so you can work out who you're following from home, how they've got on. Reminder that the next game will be 12 o'clock start, and we'll have Thor Shannon and Brad Marin against Luke Hoskin and Brad Orr. So cracking game that'll be. 4 very, very good Victorian players. Lunch smells good, Brad, doesn't it? Meatballs, that smells a lot. Good stuff by Darren. Just trying to shut this game down now. The goals from Bendigo East. Darren Burgess holding 3 here. Just trying to add and secure the win in this game for him and Aaron. Bit of trot over it. Best thing about commentating by yourself is everyone who walks past still thinks they can have a conversation with you. Graham Spencer trying to ask me a question as I'm obviously on the mic. John's close. Got to hurry that line. Good bowl. Spills the jack back to his brother's bowl. Yeah, good bowl there. So I think it's 1 now to the brothers from New Zealand. Yeah, Sean will be out next week or the week after the Premier League schedule. To be honest, it's ready to go, but there was a couple of last-minute changes coming, which I'm still working out. So try and fix that up this week or next. But I know what the first game of the season will be, which is an absolute cracker. Melbourne, last year's premiers. It's last year's runners-up, Deer Park, live from Melbourne. I think it's the 15th of October. It'll be Friday night, so our Metro Premier League games will pretty much only be on Friday nights this year. The clubs have agreed, and we've worked on a schedule based on last year's sort of numbers and streaming, and it's just definitely the better time to stream, Friday night, and thanks to all the clubs in Premier League, they agreed with that assessment and said, yep, let's do it. Let's play 1 game a week on a Friday night. So you can lock that in your diaries, but we'll have a full schedule out. 14th of October, Brad's showing me next door. So yeah, 14th October, it'll be about, I think it's about 7 p.m. start. A replay of last year's grand final, Melbourne v Deer Park, will be what kicks us off for the season. So something to look forward to, that is. Deer Park will probably have their flyings coming down for that. Aaron Sheriff, Ryan Bester, Sean Ingram. Melbourne keeping a very similar lineup to last year. You know how strong they can be. Should be a cracker. Tonks on the forehand, needs to hurry on that line, go with the jack. He does, but it kicks back to John's orange at the back, just out of shot. Pan down to it, so he's still 1 down. Great effort. Fortunately, 1's not going to be enough for John and Steve here, so he's going to have to try and somehow add. Difficult just to draw in. pretty short yet. One down's okay. Goals from Bendigo. So last end on this one. Before we're going to get stuck into these meatballs at lunch, or what smells like meatballs. I'm hoping it's meatballs. I've convinced myself that it is, so looking forward to it. 15-10. The boys from New Zealand needing a 6 to win this, a 5 to tie it. Going to be tough work. I haven't seen too many multiples for them, except the 4 they got pretty early. The guys from Bendigo, it's just been too consistent for them. Just building better heads, and have converted probably a higher percentage as well. So it's a recipe for winning a game if you can do that over your opposition. Sneaking the way under the time limit, about 20 minutes as well, which is good. Steve probably needed a better bowl there. They need a number. Short bowls aren't going to enable him to do that. Right, John. I can't work out if they're not even trying to attempt to get the 5 or 6 here. They're just going to try and finish off with a couple. The guys from New Zealand, they're just drawing in slowly. John's trying something there, even though he's holding shots, trying to remove some of these bowls of Aaron and Darren's, but missing wide of the target there. 5 balls to come this last end. Nah, not today, Brandon. I think maybe tomorrow or Wednesday. Try and get myself in the live stream, eh? You'll critique my bowls, so I'll critique everyone else's. I hope so anyway, because otherwise it's going to be a long few days commentating by myself. Especially when I can see email after email piling into my inbox. Steve goes now. He's not. Oh, something's going to happen. Flicks off the front one of Darren's. They're trying to get the jack back, maybe. Steve gets his brothers out. Falls out the head as well. So that'll be stumps for them guys. Probably one down, I think. Yeah, one Aaron's front bowl is counting. Yeah, not be a bad shot, that Taylor. All right, this will be the end here. It's 1 to Aaron and Darren. Don't know if he's going to add in here, does he? He does. Draws a second. So I'll take this one 17 to 10. And we'll be back at midday. We've got Brad Marin and Thor Shannon against Luke Hoskin and Brad Orr up at midday. So go and grab some lunch. I'm going to go and grab some of these meatballs or what smells like meatballs, and then we'll go from there. Have a good one.